welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Myloan. I am currently a registered nurse working in the cardiothoracic intensive care unit as a new grad. I have been wanting to do this video for a while and have gotten a lot of requests on sharing my experience on how I landed a job in the ICU as a new grad. Okay, so tip number one is resume. Make sure that your resume looks tip-top. Make sure it looks professional and updated. Make sure that it represents who you are and the skills that you have acquired along your nursing journey and the experience, the jobs that will be able to benefit this job. What I did was I had a career advisor department at my school, and what they did was they looked over my resume. They made sure that it looked professional, make sure that I was using the appropriate keywords that managers are commonly looking for, and that was really helpful. In addition, they had me make an appointment. I am an introvert, and talking in front of people is very uncomfortable for me, and I look uncomfortable, and the interview person looks uncomfortable, so they had me practice my interview skills, think about the things that I'm gonna say. And so yeah, it's super helpful. So utilize your school's resource, but yeah, definitely make sure your resume is together and make sure that your interview skills are all up to par. Another advice is apply early. Okay, if you are able to see when the application process open, if you apply early, your chance of getting in is higher. Apply to all the ICU positions that are open. Apply to several different hospitals. Pay attention to the teaching hospitals because they tend to be more open to new grad, more open to teaching them, molding new nurses the way that they want their nurse to be, and they don't have to worry about any old habits that they have to break. For those that say ICU experience preferred, that gives you a lot of leeway to just go ahead and put the worst thing they're gonna say is no. Tip number two is connections. Connection. That I cannot emphasize that enough. That is like super important. That is the most easiest and the most beneficial way to get in. As a nursing student, there's our internships, there's externships, there's residencies, volunteer, whatever it is, apply to those, because when you have your foot in the door, you're able to see the positions that are open and they personally know you, they're more open. And then also if you're a nursing student during your clinicals, if you are able to do your clinical rotation in the critical care, talk to the nurses that you are shadowing, talk to the managers there and be like, hi, my name is so and so, and I really am loving this floor so far and I really want to apply here. Do you happen to have the position open now or when I will be after my NCLEX? And this is my resume. Also bring your resume to your clinical rotation because you never know when an opportunity will present itself. So just get yourself out and talk. And I know that sounds super scary. I was terrified, but I didn't know how important connections was. Also use your peers. A lot of times after graduation, people lose touch and everyone just kind of finds, work in different nursing positions, but they still are an insider and they are the first one to know when a position is open. So reach out, message, talk to them, meet up with them and be like, hey, I'm still trying to find a job. Do you think you can help me? Do you know any ICU positions that are open or any floor that is open to hiring? That was how I got my job. I actually contacted one of my classmates and I told him like, hey, I'm still looking for a job and I really want to work in the ICU. And he actually worked in the neuro ICU and he floated over to the cardiac thoracic ICU, the floor that I'm on, and he actually talked to the charge nurse. So yeah, definitely your peers are very beneficial, so use that to your advantage. Another ways is if you have your CNA certificate or you are a patient care tech, is apply for that hospital, apply for that position and work throughout your nursing school. Not only are you making money, but when you finish, you have the upper hand to get that position because they have seen your work ethic, they have seen you as a person, they are also know that you are very aware of their policies and procedures, and that all they have to do is just train you to just now being in a nursing role. Another advice, and I see this very often, is a lot of new grads stop at the online application. They put in an application online and they just wait. And I recommend doing more, like stand out. Don't stop at the online applications. If you can, do your research, find out the number that you can get a hold of that floor, and ask if you can come in. When you come in and drop your resume, come in and be like, hi, my name is so and so, I put in an online application, but I just want to be here in person, drop off my resume, introduce myself, and show that I really want this job. And when they see that, they might say, oh wow, she is very committed. I mean, she's here, I'm able to see her face to face, she's introducing herself. That might prompt them to invite you to come in for an interview. At any time in the process, whether it's your application, whether you got an interview, don't mention your plans past ICU. Like if the manager asks you what are your goals, don't say my goal is to apply for CRNA school and apply for NP school, and this job will help me to reach those goals. That just sounds insensitive, and it sounds like you are just using that position as a stepping stone, and that you're just gonna dip once you get this experience. Don't do that. You're here now, you're here to invest. Tell them that you want to be here and that this has been your long-term goal and you want to be here. Okay, that is all my tips and advices. I hope that it was helpful, and I do want to add that if you don't get into the ICU as a new grad, that's okay. Every positions that I put into, and I didn't just stop at the ICU, I put into telemetry, med surg, orthopedic, like all these positions, and they wouldn't accept me. And it was very frustrating as a new grad. Like, I just want to be higher, I just want to work. And so what I actually did was, in the first 2 to 3 months, I applied for SNF and I got in. I got to better my skills, better hone my assessment skills. I learned time management, delegating, prioritize. Like during those 3-4 months was probably, I don't regret it at all. It really helped me to being where I am today in the ICU. And not only that, because of my experience, my 3 to 4 experience, it bumped up my pay rate. Like I wasn't paid as a new grad. I mean, I was, but it bumped up like $1 or $2 because I had prior experience. So definitely, if you don't get into the ICU as a new grad, that's okay. And that is my advices and tip. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe for more videos. If you have any ideas or topics you want me to cover or any questions, comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.